What do you love doing, but hate succeeding in? Now for the comments. Getting fat. It's so much fun on the way there, but being there sucks and I immediately want to leave. Right. Especially once you get back on the healthy train, and for the first 3 weeks ago you have motivation and inspiration. Then you hit the wall of okay, this is no longer new and interesting. Do I really have to keep doing this the rest of my life? Guess who's sitting on the couch trying to get up and work out? It's not like that for me. On the way there it's kind of like I hate the way I'm going, but I can't stop, and it's not really enjoyable. It's almost like an addiction. The food is mildly enjoyable, but you feel terrible afterwards. But even so you keep going back to it. I've lost a lot of weight now, but I do occasionally relapse into old ways. Shit sucks. I now have a 12-year evolving routine of getting somewhat vigorously in shape, deciding yep this is good, and then spending 2 years doing nothing to maintain, until I'm fat again, and then badgering myself until I repeat. And I swear to God I never learn my goddamn lesson. Currently, all of my pants are my tight pants. Currently, none of my pants are actually pants and nothing has a zip fly and nothing actually fits. I've been out of work due to having covered and now all my pants are tight. I'm back to cutting weight. I'm home stressing out over covered. Let me know how the cut goes. Best of luck to you. Yay, I can get through a few hours of wearing this on repeat. I yo-yo dieted for years. What I ended up doing was having stomach surgery, not lap band or gastric bypass. What I had done was vertical sleeve gastric surgery, VSG. That's where they go in and literally cut off 85% of my actual stomach, as in the part that stretches the most. I can only eat 15% of what I could before. It's irreversible. I went from 330 pounds to 180. I can't get fat again if I tried. If I eat more than a small amount, I throw it up. It literally won't fit. It's great, but there are issues of course. #1 is that I was eating as a form of self-medication. I assumed and had dreamed all my life that being skinny would solve all my problems. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. There is more to this story that I will share with anybody who wants more into. Hit me up. Bottom line, I don't regret it, but there are problems. It's been 10 years and my weight has hovered around 180 to 190 the whole time. I'm a guy and 5 feet 11. Can you go into any specifics about the problems? Well, let's see. I struggled with alcoholism, which had never been an issue. For years, I replaced food with alcohol. I had been self-medicating for years. Food took me rehab and therapy to sort it all out. It completely changed the dynamic of my marriage, which ended in a train wreck. Not being able to get that full feeling, it seriously messes with your head because your body is expecting it. I don't think any studies were done on the psychological impact of the surgery before it was made available. It was fairly new when I had it done in 2009. My career suffered serious setbacks because of all the things going on in my personal life. My financial situation saw severely impacted, and I'm still recovering till this day. My relationship with my kids has suffered damage, which, again, I'm still trying to repair. But I'm skinny, and my snoring problems went away. Weight-related sleep apnea. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I probably seriously increased my lifespan. At 330 pounds I had a short trip to the grave waiting for me. I guess I choose one set of issues for another. I'm obviously a work in progress. I'm not giving up on myself though. I'm 44 now. Thank God I no longer drink. I see a therapist. I'm on meds for anxiety and depression. I'm working on my career and my relationship my kids. I'll be okay. Bottom line, there is no easy way out, and when people tell me I took the easy way out it makes me so angry. They don't know shit. Usually the fact I had this surgery is now something I won't disclose unless I know somebody really well. It's just too easy to go one direction with your body, but a bitch to go the other direction. Like, we can all dine on pizzas, burgers and hot dogs all week, while gaining pounds by the day. Yet, to lose some of that weight, we'd have to do activities that takes hours to burn the calories. It's what I hate about the human body. There is always a moment towards the end of a video game where you have to decide to finish the main mission, beat the final boss, and lose interest. Man, FFVII decided to finish the game before completing everything. I remember it feeling anticlimactic during the credits because I wished to have the game back, but for some reason beating it took that away. I miss those RPGs. No time these days. This is a big reason I still haven't gone after Calamity Ganon in Bot W, even though I've done all 4 Divine Beasts and have the Master Sword. Playing the game after Ganon is defeated just sounds weird. My current plan is dick around in the open world until we have a solid release date for Bot W2 and then defeat Calamity Ganon. I almost always immediately start a new save and then lose interest in the first few levels. Red Dead Redemption 2. Don't get me wrong, it's fun after all that's happened, but you get emotional whenever you play a completely different character. That's why I haven't followed the main storyline and completed the whole thing since I got the game when it first came out. I just can't bear to face the end of the game. I did this with Bot W. I went into the castle to get an outfit and decided to see how hard beating Ganon was going to be so I could be better prepared. When I decided to do it, I ended up straight up beating him and got all the ending stuff right then and there. I thought I could just keep mucking about in the game afterwards, but to do that I had to undo the ending I had just done, and for some reason I just didn't feel like it anymore, and I haven't picked the game up since, even though I really loved it and wanted to finish everything completely. I just can't go back now. This happens with so many games that I've played. Looking at you, Assassin's Creed. Wait, so there's something other people experience too? May I introduce you to Minecraft? When I beat Mass Effect 2 for the first time, saved everyone, yay, I was pissed because I had such a good time and now the game is over. This is pretty much why I do all the optional content before I beat a game. I know I'll lose interest the moment I beat the main mission. That's why I pick up a gacha game or an MMORPG and become a slave. /s. That was a DR2 for me. I knew the name of the main mission that once you started would trigger the final events and pull you forever away from the free roaming gameplay and character. Dreaded heading to that yellow circle on the map for a few weeks. Taking a long nice nap, but then realizing you slept for 3 hours and won't be able to fall asleep tonight. I have found my people. I cannot nap. If I fall asleep on the couch or chair, it's 4 hours minimum. Then I can't get to sleep. I can take 7 naps and still sleep at night, lol. This is my problem, lol. 3 hours? If I fall asleep for 5 minutes I won't be able to sleep tonight. Hello melatonin. Eating the entire pack of cookies. Me after seeing the empty packet of cookies that was supposed to last the week. Dough. Coffee. That first draft of it is amazing, but 9 so you finished it and more cups will be less tasty and your body won't like it as much. Increased urges to piss and shit. Too much makes me shaky. Each sleeve of Thin Mints is a serving. Right? Oh man. A whole package of Oreos and a quart of ice cold milk in a coffee cup for better dipping was my go-to for after school. Couldn't understand why I was the fat kid. My wife has taught me a lot about portion control, but old habits die hard. I'm so tempted to go to the store right now. It's actually good that my car is waiting on parts. Swimming, cause if I do good at morning swim events I have to go back in the afternoon. This comment encapsulates my relationship with competitive swimming better than I have ever been able to articulate. I hated meets with preliminary rounds. I had the same problem with javelin and track back when I was in school. I actually loved doing both, but the endless waiting for the next race or throw was excruciatingly painful. Last meet of the year, individually qualified for one of the final heats that night for 200Y free, was also on the 800Y free relay that night. Similar thing with me, except in hockey tournaments. The worst part wasn't even playing, but most times you don't really have anywhere to dry out your equipment between games. You'd usually just have to leave it somewhere in the freezing cold arena for like 1 to 2 hours. The feeling of applying ice cold and soaking wet equipment to your body is luckily something most players of other sports don't have to experience. 0/10 I do not recommend. At least it made you want to work your ass off for the first 10 minutes of the game, so you could go back to being in warm and wet equipment. If we were looking to be one of the top swimmers of the season, we were forced to start coming to 4A practices before school along with daily practices after school. Hard to be motivated to do your best when the consequences are waking up so early, lol. Reading books, especially good books for the first time. You're on a journey, have no idea where the end is. At some point it's over, and you know you'll never experience that book the same way again. There are the very rare books where knowing the end, or key bits of information, make the second or third read just as good. I always loved rereading books. Just knowing the details allows me to appreciate the intricacies in the author's writing. There's nothing I love and hate more than the feeling of being into a book so much you cannot put it down, but also not wanting it to end. It definitely depends on the book and how long it's been since I read it last. Like right now I'm rereading The Serpent of Venice by Christopher Moore. Haven't read it in 5 years, just remembered that it made me laugh out loud, and it's doing so again. Then there are the 2 books that I call my comfort books, which I read in times of stress and have read each a minimum of once a year since I was 16 or so. American Gods and Neverwhere, both by Neil Gaiman. The fact that I know them so well that they never change, but I still enjoy the stories very much brings me a level of soothing comfort that I can't quite put into words. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell for more videos. Also like the video if you enjoy it.